Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Starcraft 2. I am Zoronden, and you're tuned into another UCAP match. I'm going to bring up today's combatants. In the bottom right corner is going to be the red Zerg, MrPorfekt. I'm pretty sure it's MrPorfekt, so that's the way I'm going to be saying his name. And in the top left corner is going to be the UCAP player, the Blue Terran, Fox. This, of course, is going to be a Masters League game on Ohana. And as this match gets started, several points I want to visit. I've already actually casted this game. I did it live on Twitch.com, but unfortunately, or Twitch.tv actually. But unfortunately, the quality of XSplit just was not up to par. So I'm actually re-recording it in full HD for you guys on YouTube. And that's just something with Twitch TV that I'm getting used to. I am just starting to get into trying to do live streams and whatnot. So I'm probably going to need to buy XSplit to be able to do HD stuff through there. So just stay tuned for that. It is something I plan on doing here in the near future. The wall off for Fox is going up here. However, it's not yet, of course, completed. And MrPorfekt's drone is on the way, hitting those Zoronden watchtowers. Always a good decision to do that. Do have an SCV coming down here to build a wall off, and he's going to get there just in time. Very nice timing there by Fox, and actually, check that out. Just cancels it, or actually doesn't even cancel it. He just suspends building, and it sends the SCV down to scout. And for some reason, this drone is not attacking the proper target. Obviously going after the SCV, never mind, that is a good decision. But now he's going after that supply depot, which is not the right decision. And pretty much thwarted there. He's going to have to run away. And that SCV is going to go down and finish that supply depot. Anyways, another point I want to bring up is I am also currently using my brand new keyboard, the Logitech G19. It is a little bit different shaped than my old keyboard, so every once in a while I may hit a incorrect button. That's just something I want to give you a heads up on. But you can also check out the unboxing video I have of that keyboard on my channel. I'll put a link in the information below for you. And I'm also going to be doing a review of it within a few days. So if you want to check that out, well, that link won't be in the information below because I haven't done it yet. But you can find that easily through the review, or through the unboxing once that is actually up. MrPorfekt has indeed grabbed a natural expansion. Fox is definitely going to know about that. Obviously saw the spawning pool as well, and that is why he went down and grabbed the natural of his own. So, very good scouting by Fox, keeping things under wraps here, or, you know, knowing what his enemy's doing. Obviously, information on your enemy is always key. And just going to be keen to sit his SCV here on the Zoronden watchtower for now. A very good call by him. And a few Marines here, obviously, by Fox, running around. He does have another command center on the way. Sorry about that, guys. A little cut there. I started coughing after I took a drink and I had to stop recording. It took a good minute to stop coughing. But we'll get right back into the action here. Anyways, I was commenting that Fox has a third command center up already. So he may be looking to snatch a quick third and really get ahead on the economy of MrPorfekt here. A small incursion coming in here. I'm not really sure why he brought the SCV, just for the heck of it, I guess. A little bit of fodder for the Queens to shoot at. A few Marines going to get into the action here, and they're going to manage to... Ooh, not going to manage to snipe that Queen off. They're going to have to pull back. A few Zerglings in there, chopping at them. And the Zerglings do all go down, though, and a few Marines do manage to escape. A couple Overlords making a journey up the map. I'm not sure if they just want to do some secret scouting or what. Maybe positioning them over here in case Fox chooses to do any sort of drop. And obviously a few more barracks coming in for Fox. Quite a few, actually. Are those all barracks? Yes, indeed. Wow. 5 more barracks on the way. I guess 4. He's moving one. I'm going to throw the factory down in front. and pop off a few Hellions. So Fox definitely going to be looking to do a bio ball here, obviously grabbing a few Hellions for some Hellion harassment in early game, somewhat mid game I guess, but fairly early obviously, and that can always be good, especially against a Zerg that's only working with drones, drones, only Lings, and the few Hellions are actually moving down the map now, a few Marines going to back them up from the earlier attack. And he's going to roll into this third here and try to take it out. Obviously not going to do it with just the Hellions, but with a few Marines, it might be possible. I'm not really sure why MrPorfekt is continuing to work on the rocks. It's going to take a while to take those down. He needs to move around, use the creep spread that he's got. And actually, he's going to start moving Spinecrawler in. Queen Backup's going to move in as well. A couple more Hellions joining the fight as well. Fox pulling out at the last second. The hatchery only had about 150 hit points on it when he left, but he might have been sacrificing those units if he stayed. So opting to pull out and save the units over killing the hatchery. And actually going to snipe a quick tumor there as well. Going to move in here with more units now. Might be able to snipe this queen off. Obviously, Spinecrawler pushed him back a little bit. A few more tumors popped off there. The Zergling going to all move in, and they're starting to get crunchified, crispified, baked by the Hellions. All the Marines are now gone. One of the Hellions. Oh, there goes one Hellion. Oh, I thought that other one was going to go down as well. So 5 do escape for now. So Fox going to retreat for the moment. Obviously, MrPorfekt going to keep the hatchery. It's about half health, a little over for now. Obviously taking the damage while it was building. You can of course cancel that structure and rebuild it, but with a hatchery they take so long to build, it is often not worth your time. A small incursion here, and actually manages a nice little block. MrPorfekt blocking off Fox there, not allowing him to expand just yet, and missing a few Hellions, crunching those Zergling down there. A few reinforcements going to move in as the Hellions were actually starting to have a few issues there, not wanting to lose Hellions needlessly to a few Lings. And the creep spread here is rather atrocious, honestly. It's a single lane of tumors, and it's 11 minutes in, and not even half the way across the map with his tumors. I mean, the creep kind of is, but not really the tumors. So, I'm not sure if he's just doing that in his spare time, or if he actually does want some creep spread. Oh, and those Lings do not like what they get in the face. They are yesterday's news. Fox is going to start moving out here, taking out a few more Lings at the Zelnaga watchtower there. And a few being one. A fourth being established by MrPorfekt over here. Fox does not yet know about that. He's going to move in here and try to snipe off this third. Queen barely getting out of there, and quite a few Banelings moving in. Fox does some nice splits, trying to make those Banelings work hard to get their kills. A few more go down there. A few units remain up north. These 3 are about all that's left. Another Baneling rolls in, and wow. MrPorfekt wins that engagement, but he had to spend so many Banelings there that it just may not have been worth it, frankly. A few more Lings, though, are going to move up north. Centrifugal Hooks is nearly done. That's going to help. A Spire, though, just finishing as well for MrPorfekt. I would expect Mutalisks to be on the field very soon. And there goes the Centrifugal Hooks. Better late than never, I guess. Do have a macro hatch going up there at the third. Needing more larvae is MrPorfekt. There is the Spire. Good to know where that, of course, is located. If Fox decides to do any sort of drop. 11 Mutalisks in production. Down to 5 now, so they're obviously on the field now. And it looks like Mr. Fox here, Mr. Fox. I do this every time somebody is named Mr. in a game. I call the other guy Mr. and their name. Whatever. Mutalisks flying up north, but Fox looking to do a drop here. He's indeed going to drop on this third here. And if these Mutalisks move in here, they're going to take serious damage from this group of Marines. and they're actually almost hidden at this time behind the medevacs. That third should go down quite easily. There indeed it goes. The Mutalisk kind of gathering up here north, waiting for the Zergling. They may even wait for the units to try and move out. No, it looks like they're going to choose to just kind of stalemate the engagement and move away. Both players not willing to lose their engagements. I guess Fox didn't really even make that decision. He just took out the third and moved out. MrPorfekt, they're going to swing in here, losing one Mutalisk, maybe a second one. No, that was a Marine. He's going to run away, though. Does not want to engage those Marines. I'm going to move in here, but there's a big block of Marines here as well. Going to try and do the damage. Does take down a couple SCVs. A Mule as well. A turret, but losing a Mutalisk in the process. And Fox is just making MrPorfekt work to get those Mutas to do any effective damage. Obviously, quite a few turrets going up. Marine production in quite heavy. 26 Banelings in production. And check out this barrack block. There are now 10 barracks sitting here on the map, all going to have expansions very soon. Quite a few of them reactors as well as tech labs. So that bio ball is just going to get bigger and bigger. And of course, if MrPorfekt manages to kill it off, they will reproduce very quickly. And check that out. The hive is just about to finish. I would expect the Greater Spire to get into production very soon. I would also expect some infestors somewhere. Not yet. That is something we'll need to keep an eye out for, though. Infestors and Broodlords, a common mix. Looks like we missed a small engagement there. At least one Marauder went down, quite a few Zergling as well. Mutalisk still trying to move around, do damage. They do catch a few medevacs. Will they even kill one, though? No, they don't. Lost a Mutalisk in the process. More Zergling in production, more Banelings in production. There's the Greater Spire going down now. Obviously going to be a serious issue. There's the infestation pit. I think that was there before. I just totally cast over it. Whatever. The fourth in somewhat heavy production soon, I guess. It isn't quite yet. A decent group of Lings sitting here guarding. And Mr. Fox. Again, I did it. Mr. Fox. Fox proceeding a little south. Going to sit on that. No, he is not. Actually ready to do a little bit of damage, perhaps. Moving a few of the Marines to the back. Stim run in. We do have some Baneling landmines here. Can they do any damage? Ooh, there was a good moment. One goes off. All three others don't really do any damage. And this third is suddenly in trouble. Mutalisk and Lings, though, in position to try and do what they can. Very nice splits, again, by Fox. However, there aren't really any Banelings around to do any damage. And MrPorfekt is forced to back off. This third is going to eat it in the face. Drone's going to try and retreat. I don't see a single one escaping there. Indeed, not the case. And that fourth goes down. Broodlings trying to do what damage they can. Do have a few Corruptors now on the field. Obviously wanting to morph into Broodlords as finish as that soons. As soon as that Greater Spire finishes, I'm going to pump that out. However, this third is suddenly in serious trouble. The macro hatch is very likely going to go down. Working on drones for the moment, though. And there's just nothing moving in here to defend. Spinecrawler is gone. The macro hatch is popped. The main hatch is popped. And that third goes down with a flourish. The Lings all finishing there and kind of backing off, not wanting to engage just yet, trying to get everything in there at once. A bunch of Banelings coming out. One gets a nice splash off. A bunch more, though, finishing. Just now finishing. Lings have moved in. A nice splits again by Fox. Again, trying to make as many Banelings go off as possible before his units go down. And a few medevacs are going to be left here. At least one of them, if not both, are going to go down. However, both do go down, but a big group of units moves in. And they are suddenly knocking at MrPorfekt's door yet again. And that is just the crazy production that Fox has right now. He can reproduce his army so quickly. More splitting going on for Fox, trying to maximize that damage yet again. The Mutas have gotten so thin. The Lings actually pull back, and the Mutas die. Broodlords now on the field, though, moving in, trying to do their damage. Marines are going to move in, trying to snipe the Broodlords. One goes down. Only 3 remain, and they should be able to clean up what is left here. 1 at half health, though, as well. So Fox making some decent damage out of the units he had down there. And check that out. He's already got a reinforcement army or replacement army going on. And so many units just streaming out of his base here. He's actually putting up more starports so he can get more medevacs on the field, or Vikings as well, since he of course knows there are now broodlords on the field. Definitely going to want some sort of anti-air vehicle option, and Viking is obviously the choice to go for Terran. So Fox going to move out with a small army here. Only one medevac. Oh, 0 medevac backup. Those lings eat it in the face. They just were in the wrong place at the wrong time. A few lings moving out here. They're gonna, yes, they're gonna move north. Try and do some harassment. A little baneling mine sitting there. Moving in here, some delicious SCVs available for snacking. And here comes Fox with a few Marines. That's not gonna be enough to stop these guys. There are a few more behind him though, and the lings are gonna take off running, and then you run straight into a big ball of units. And that guy's the only one left. A little bit sad about all his buddies dying, but he better be careful. He's going to go to... Oh my gosh, if MrPorfekt was seeing this... Oh, and a nice baneling pop. Unfortunately, it doesn't kill anything. Those armor upgrades and shields and all that, preventing any damage there. If he had had 2 banelings there, could have killed quite a few units. And now Fox is a little bit nervous. He's throwing some scans down, does not want to run into another baneling landmine. And that's something MrPorfekt could definitely take more advantage of. He definitely seems to have a somewhat handle on that. If he engaged it more fully, I think he'd have a better idea of that. And unfortunately, Fox just ran right over this Zergling here that he could have sniped off, so his base could actually land. And check out the food count here. Fox has 196 to MrPorfekt's 93. And that is just because MrPorfekt has been losing his expansions and macro hatches, not having the larva to produce enough, and of course, this for Fox: 10 barracks, 3 starports. Obviously, a factory that's not producing anything, but that production is just massive for Fox, and frankly, it's going to win him this game. MrPorfekt just losing too many bases, not able to recover from those losses. Fox, of course, now being Max, marching this giant death ball down the map. I would expect a final engagement to occur probably down here at this 3rd. A little bit of pullback there, not really sure what was going on there. Changed his mind for a second, I guess. And here comes the broodlords are going to move in, and this is probably going to be it. Vikings moving right in there. Nothing the broodlords can do about that. The corruptors go down pretty quickly, massively outnumbered by the Vikings. A few Vikings biting it, but ooh, we do have some fungals going down here. Quite a few units dying. Lings looks like they have engaged as well, trying to get at those infestors. The infestors are just pacing back and forth like zoo animals, not really sure what they're doing over there. A few more fungals go down. Quite a few of Fox's Marines and stuff have been liquefied. Some very good fungals by the infestors, but just not enough. They're out of energy now, popping a few infested Terrans, and that is actually going to do it. All the broodlords are gone for MrPorfekt. He calls the GG. I want to thank Fox for sending in this game. He, of course, is the UCAP player, and that was a very nice game by him. The production facility is just massively crazy. I love it. I love it. I love it. Great bio ball by him, and great job sniping off all those hatcheries that MrPorfekt so desperately needed. And frankly, MrPorfekt, I would have loved to see some more baneling landmines out of you. Those are always fun. Either way, thanks again, guys, for tuning in. I am, of course, Zoronden. If you want your games casted by me, you could send those to zoronden@gmail.com. That is in the information below. Anyways, guys, please do thumbs up and subscribe so I can bring you more content like Starcraft 2. And that is going to do it for today. Once again, I am Zoronden, and I'll catch you on the other side.